Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to episode 287 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, One.
How we doing?
Fantastic. If this is the first time you're seeing, hearing, or listening to us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, except for the last couple, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. If you like that, make sure to like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, family, and everyone in betwixt. If you only listen on audio services, that's cool too. Just drop in there to their little rating section and give us a 5-star review, a thumbs up, or whatever your service provides. If you really like us, you can go to patreon.com/2playercoop, where for just $1 a month, you become a booster where you get the podcast live 1 day early. $5 makes you a producer where you get a bonus episode every month, which we're going to record after this. $10 makes you an affiliate where you can watch us record the podcast live here on YouTube. And $20, if you're crazy enough, you can be a partner and choose the bonus episode topic and record with us if you so choose. Some of our patrons deserve, I was doing so well, deserve a shout out, just like our affiliates. I can't talk. I haven't done this in a while. Our affiliates, James Solar, Sarah Solar, John Tingley, and Derek Bamford. Our producers also deserve a shout out, and they are Steve Appleton, Aunt Sue, Vernon Slayton, and Dustin Downs. If you like cool t-shirts and the like, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. So, we said, excuse me.
That's exactly what we said.
We said we were going to be taking some time off because I was going to be going on a cruise in the Caribbean out of New Orleans for a week with the whole family, all 6 of us. We were going to have 2 days at sea, and then we were going to go to Isla Roatan, however you say it, and then we were going to go to to Belize, and then to Cozumel, and then come back. But because the world sucks right now, and it has for 2 years, you have to all take COVID tests before you go, even if you're vaccinated and boosted and all that fun stuff. So Tuesday of last week, my 12-year-old throws up. They had gone to Six Flags in Atlanta for the weekend with friends and my wife, and he threw up, felt kind of down after that. When they got home from Atlanta, took a test, it was negative. Wednesday, he develops a cough, so there's no point in testing. We just tested yesterday. And then Thursday, we had to test. We're leaving on a Sunday. We had to test Friday or after. Test Thursday night just to see, and he comes back positive for COVID. So because of that, we could not go on our cruise, and I was very bummed. I was like pissed off and just despondent for a couple days.
I cannot imagine, because we've got our own cruise planned like a few days after Thanksgiving, and that's already been postponed. That was originally supposed to happen in 2020. I can't remember. I think we didn't even bother scheduling it for 21. Oh, because Brittany was pregnant. We're like, well, we're not going to go on a cruise while she's pregnant, so let's say 22 maybe. So this cruise has been 2 years in the making, and I'm already just nervous about the same thing happening to us. And if it does, I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to take it. I would be very, very upset. And so I already told Brittany, I'm like, we are just going to quarantine for like a week before, not see anybody. And then I'm like, oh, no, it's right after Thanksgiving. So we will, I mean, of course we're going to see everybody. So,
well, you won't see us because we're going the week of Thanksgiving now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're going, then when we get back,
good. One less, yeah. Well, six less people to infect us.
But yeah, it sucks. I felt bad for Nick, my 12-year-old, because I know he was just like, so we tested Thursday, and Friday, to actually get your money back, they said you have to have an official test, not an at-home test. Not to get your money back, to push it to another date. Turns out that wasn't the case, but we went and got him tested at an urgent care place, and it came back positive. But before that, he was like, okay, but Mom, just wait. What if we test tomorrow and I'm negative? Like, he is Mr. Optimistic, and I'm like, dude, if you tested positive at home, you're going to test positive on a real test. You know, that's just how it is. Sure enough, he did. And
but as a vaccinated person, would an at-home test suffice?
No.
It has to be PCR.
It has to be an actual test,
Yeah.
documented.
I was going to say, just take all of them you have in the house and hope one comes back negative.
And just take 6 different pictures of it for all of us. And luckily, no one else got it. 4 of my 6, we all got COVID back in February. And I was perfectly fine. I know not everyone is, obviously. My wife lost her sense of taste and smell for like a week. I was perfectly fine. My youngest threw up the first day, and then she was fine after that. And then my second youngest got it, and he was just perfectly fine playing Xbox and everything. But
So Noah hasn't had it?
Noah's the only one. Well, we were talking about that at pizza night. Like, oh, by the way, Kira loves Three Guys, and Dad was like, make sure you tell your parents that we need to put this back in the rotation.
I love it. Brittany's the one that
That's
doesn't
why I
like
said, don't tell your parents. Tell Brittany. Tell your mom. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. But yeah, it sucks, but I'm still taking the week off from work. Originally, I was just going to work and save the days, but I'm like, all my other vacations are already spoken for. There's no point. I'm bummed. Let's just get a nice staycation, and it's been good so far.
So you have enough PTO to leave this week off and take time off for the actual cruise now?
Instead of I'm taking like 5 days at Christmas instead of 9.
Yeah.
And because it's over Thanksgiving, I get Thursday and Friday off anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm only having to take 4 days to be off for like 12 or whatever it is days in a row.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, that sucks.
We're back. So thoughts and prayers for me. There's a lot worse things going on. Like Chicago. I mean, this is a video game podcast, but man, people just got to stop being insane. I don't even know. If you see something, say something. Did you hear the story, though?
Mm-hmm.
The cops went to the house because the parents said, look, he's saying he's going to kill everybody. And all they did was take his knives.
Well, he didn't have guns at the time, which
but
makes
then
it
he's
worse.
got to be on a freaking watch list.
Because he was still able to buy guns.
But where did he get them? You can't.
In state. He bought them in Illinois.
But not in Chicago. Chicago,
I don't know about
specifically, their laws are crazy.
But Illinois gun laws are some of the tightest in the country. And he
That's
was
what I'm saying.
Still able to buy the guns.
And that's why I am all for, I'm a gun owner. I am all for expanded background checks and waiting periods and cool down and all that. 100% okay with that because I'm not a crazy person. But even that, it's not a fix all. You know, yes, we need it, but we need so much more than that. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no cruise. I'm here. That's enough serious talk. EA tweeted this week, quote, they're a 10, but they only play single player games. I don't know why.
I think it's funny how blown up everybody got over this. I was a little annoyed just because I'm like...
I was like, it's stupid,
come on, man.
But I'm
like,
not going to go off.
Right. The way people got so upset. I didn't really...
What did you do to my...
Holding the Macwa.
Great. Now I don't even know what it says because you had to wipe a little droplet off your keyboard.
Holding the Mawak.
I'll figure it out. But the funny thing, EA is making so many single-player games now. Stop it.
There.
Okay. They're making so many single-player games now. Like, it's a tone-deaf tweet. It's a stupid tweet.
I mean, some people were saying what they meant was they're a 10, but they only like playing single-player games. Not as opposed to, like, online multiplayer games, but they don't want to play with you. Like, they're awesome, but they don't want to play video games with me. They only want to play by themselves. I'm like...
Then word it differently. Or
Yeah,
also
that would
just
make...
don't have interns get control of these accounts.
Yeah.
I just had to bring it up just to lighten the mood a little bit because it's just so stupid. Wow. Social media can be fun, but it can also be just stupid. But yeah. Don't take things too seriously is what I would say. All right, Sean. It's been a while. It's been 2 weeks since we podcasted. What have you been playing?
I got some witty banter.
Okay, let's go for it. I
just got back from
that's what I was going to talk about. Yeah,
yesterday, just got back from San Diego. Was out there for a week. Went out for a wedding. The wedding was Sunday, but we flew out the Monday before just because it was way cheaper than flying on a holiday weekend. I've been before, but like, it is as beautiful there as everybody makes it out to be. Like, it's so beautiful. And I forgot how it feels to be like, it was pretty hot. It was, I mean, not hot like we've been, but like it was in like the upper 80s, I think, when we first got there. But then it got down to like 70s. And that's pretty much what it is
all
year round. But it's not humid.
Right.
And there's always a breeze off of the ocean. It was just, oh God, it's so beautiful. But because it's so beautiful, it's very, very expensive because everybody wants to live there.
That is correct.
And so we were driving around one day and I'm like, I wonder, what if we just, because the reason it was out there was because it was some friends of ours from back in Connecticut that basically just decided to up and move across the country. And now they live out there. I was like, I wonder if we did want to live out here, what would it cost? Even if we had to just get an apartment for a little bit. But I'm like, well, we got 2 kids. At the very least, we need 2 bedrooms, but let's go ahead and look at 3 bedrooms. We were driving past this complex, looked nice, fairly new, not like in the heart of downtown, but not like out in the desert.
And not also like on the water.
Right, yeah. So I'm like, this should be reasonable. So I looked it up, and
Cut
like
to Ron Howard.
3-bedroom apartments started at like $4,500 a month or something.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure you can find cheaper and like kind of not so nice areas. And this was a very nice looking place, but like, well, that's where I want to live, in a nice place. I don't want to live in a slum. So I'm like, okay, well,
there goes that.
yeah. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. We went, it's just so much more. I love Memphis, but it's definitely more my vibe. We went to this place. I don't know if anybody listening is from San Diego, been to San Diego, but there's this place called Old Town. It's exactly what it sounds like. I think it's just a very old town. It's just a little place with like some shops and whatever. But they have like this tasting room, and they taste wine, beers. They make margaritas, but they're technically wine. They're made from like wine somehow. I don't know. They still kind of taste like margaritas. But anyways, it's just this one random dude looked like Logan Paul. At first I walked in there, I'm like,
Did you punch him in the face?
Okay. He looked like Logan Paul. He was not Logan Paul. Okay. And you know how you go into an establishment and they're just playing music, whatever. They're just playing straight up just pop punk.
Nice.
They're playing like Jimmy Eat World, Taking Back Sunday, Something Corporate, a couple others I can't think of. I'm like, this is where I want to be. I was talking to the dude. We were just bonding over like pop punk and stuff. I'm like, this is awesome. Went to Polite Provisions, awesome cocktail bar.
Shout out to Eric Castro.
Old Town, there you go. Yeah. I've been there before. Great cocktail bar, whatever. There's also a place called Raised by Wolves, another Eric Castro cocktail bar. I hadn't been there yet. I wanted to go there. We didn't really know what we were in for, but I looked on Google. It said they open at like 11:30. I'm like, oh, sweet. So we showed up at like 1 o'clock, and what it is it's basically like a liquor store. But the whole theme is it's like a speakeasy. And so the liquor store part of it opens at 11:30. The speakeasy, the hidden bar, doesn't open till 3. So we had 2 hours to kill. So we went and found like a winery and just did like wine tastings for a little bit and then came back, whatever. This, first of all, a bottle of Eagle Rare, Double Eagle, very rare, 20-year.
Oh, God.
$20,000. Had to get a picture of that.
There's no bourbon that's that
This
good.
is how you get into the speakeasy. It's like something out of like a mansion.
It's Batman.
It's the coolest thing ever. But anyways, so we got in there. I'm like, I wonder if I'll see Eric. I'm going to keep my eyes open. I was mid-conversation with Brittany, and Eric walks by. I'm like, that's Eric. I like jump out of my bar stool. I run over there. I'm like, Eric. And he turns around. Super nice guy. Like,
awesome.
Before I even really got to say much, he was already like putting his hand out to shake my hand. My intro was, hey, my name's Sean. Nice to meet you.
2-player co-op.
We've interacted on Twitter before. That was what I opened with. But he was like, oh, cool, man. Anyways, we were just
We've interviewed
talking.
Colin twice.
We talked about Colin. He was saying how he hasn't been out to the new place in Virginia at all yet, and we were talking about just how much that's just probably much more where he belongs compared to San Francisco or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, super cool guy. Bought us our first round, which wasn't cheap, but that was very nice of him. What else did we do? I think that's about
Top
it.
Gun.
Oh yeah, we saw Top Gun again. I saw it again. Brittany saw it for the first time.
No, but I'm saying you saw Top Gun.
We saw North Island where the base is, and then there's also actually kind of out near Raised by Wolves is Miramar, which is like the actual.
Right.
I think that's where the actual flight
school is.
Like when you see them flying, and it just looks like they're flying over desert and stuff when they're doing like the course. No spoilers.
It's not a spoiler. Yeah.
I think that's out like Miramar. I don't know if that's literally where it was filmed, but I think that's what goes on there versus North Island. I don't really know. But yeah, we saw the movie again. It was just as good the second time. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it. It's just it's beautiful out there.
I want to visit San Diego. I think it'd be a great place to retire if we could afford it, if I'm a millionaire by then. But
I mean, ideally, yeah, that would be great. But
I could also
that's kind of the opposite.
Destin.
Like
I could just retire in Destin for a lot.
You
want
to live somewhere. You want to make your living somewhere where it's expensive, and then go retire somewhere where it's cheap.
Yeah,
because your money will go a lot further. But yeah, it's definitely worth going out for. What else?
I did watch. Wait, before I forget, I watched the original Top Gun for the first time in 30-something years with my kids Friday night. It is funny that Dad always fast forwarded through the love scene. It's.
See, I don't even remember. I know
It's more gratuitous, quote unquote, than because in the new movie it's just like they kiss and then it just fades out and then they're there the next day. And like Colin always says, I don't need to see all this crap. You know, Miramar was turning into a Marine Corps base, but it's not a great movie. It's fine.
Yeah,
I think we all have a lot of nostalgia for it. Now, still, like I
think,
was saying,
I think that's a lot of
the flying that they showed in the movie is still amazing for 1986. The cockpit stuff is clearly them just on a stage going like this. It's not like what they did for Maverick. Maverick, I think, is just an all-time great action movie. It's one of my favorite. I almost think it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's probably somewhere in the top 10. It's that good. The original Top Gun is fine, but it's like you see, then you remember the callbacks of him playing Great Balls of Fire, and then what, I mean, they show a flashback to the movie anyways. I forgot that Goose, just spoiler alert for a 35-year-old movie, 36, whatever it is, 36-year-old movie, the Goose just dies in a training mission. I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Like, because Iceman's going and he won't take the shot, and Maverick's finally like, just get out of here, and Iceman's like, fine, okay, but then he gets caught in the draft and starts spinning around, both engines die and he can't move the stick, and then Goose goes to eject and he hits his head and he's just covered in blood. I don't even know what happened. Like, you would think he broke his neck,
I would assume,
but then he's also just covered in blood, like his skull caved in or something. I don't know, but I mean, he's got a giant helmet. I wouldn't think that would happen, but anyway, spoiler alert for a 36-year-old movie. It's just nowhere near as good as Maverick. Maverick is a masterpiece, and I cannot wait for it to come out on 4K Blu-ray. I'm glad I have my disc PlayStation 5. I cannot wait to get that and watch that on the 65-inch. Not the same as a theater, but I can't wait to see it again.
One other thing, no spoilers. There will be no spoilers here. There will be no spoilers in the comments. But we finally finished part 1 of Stranger Things 4. So we watched episode 7. We haven't watched 8 and 9 yet.
Because you got to set aside like 6 hours for that.
Yeah. It is so good. Like, I've really enjoyed this whole season. Stranger Things episode 7, I think, is up there with
don't say Ozymandias.
Ozymandias.
Or however you say it. Ozymandias, as I heard somebody say.
It is really good.
My thing is this. If I have only watched season 1.
That's all you need. Because I've seen season 2 and season 3.
So it doesn't matter that I don't know the characters.
I don't really remember what happened.
There's something with Russia.
Yeah, the Russians are involved. I said no spoilers, but this is pre-season 4. Yeah. The Russians are involved, and there's a girl
with her
that showed up.
Or something.
That was part of, I think, season 2. 11 goes on like a road trip with these other people. And then I feel like it was just never, I don't know, it's just weird. 2 and 3, 2 really sucked. I think 3 was okay.
That's why I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 2. I was like, I don't like it.
It wasn't very good.
Season 1 was perfect. I'll just leave it at that.
I think you need to watch 4. The only thing you need to know, there's another Demogorgon thing in season 3.
Vecna or something.
Well, that's season 4.
Oh, in season 3. Okay,
3
sorry.
was like some other beast. I don't think it was just a Demogorgon. I don't even remember. But anyways, I won't say that. There's a new character.
I read something about
what's her
the
name?
Demogorgon and a character.
Yeah, there's a new character. There's siblings. They're like new in town. The girl, I don't know. The girl is still around in season 4. So she's like the only new person you would see in season 4 that you hadn't already met.
Really?
But you don't really need to know, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, it's really good. Episode 7 was unbelievable. And everything I've heard is like 8 and 9 are crazy as well.
Yeah.
So I think you need to watch season 4 and just don't worry about 2 and 3. Like maybe read what happened real quick. I don't think anything of any consequence happened in 2, honestly. I don't remember what that season was, but there's stuff in 3 that is still, there's like effects of in 4.
Nick has watched it, and he told me something, and I wasn't really paying attention about episode 6 or 7, and now I don't even remember what it was, so I have not been spoiled, but...
Oh, he's watched season 4?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if he's watched the last 2 yet. I think he has. He's just been watching them on his iPad. I'm like, you cannot watch that on the big screen and have Casey watching this horror TV show.
It is, season 4 is like gruesome compared to any other season. Like there's like blood and guts and just like, I don't know that Nick should be watching it, honestly.
Really?
I mean, too late now. I mean, he's fine. Casey would be a bit of a stretch, but no, it's awesome. You need to watch it.
Maybe. We'll see. Better Call Saul comes back in 6 days.
Next week? Yeah.
I'm so excited. Sean, what have you been playing over these last 2 weeks? So last time you had the Turtles Platinum.
Yeah.
You had the My Name is Mayo Platinum.
Yeah. I don't think I've gotten new Platinum since then.
Oh, Blasphemous was after it, I think, right?
I don't know. So I beat Blasphemous.
Yeah, because last time we just talked about it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because you were saying you thought you'd have to do another playthrough and whatever.
Yeah. So I beat it. I Platinumed it. I keep having to go back to my recently Okay, yeah, I've got stuff to talk about. So I finished Blasphemous, got the Platinum. Awesome game. If you like Metroidvanias, absolutely check it out. It's on PS Plus, at least the middle tier.
I forget, did you ever go up to the main tier?
I have.
Okay.
More on that to come.
Okay.
I did finally start RDR2. I played for like 20 or 30 minutes. I haven't gone back. It has not hooked me since. I know it's a huge game, but like so far I'm just like, this is not fun. And I know I haven't even scratched the surface. Like I haven't even technically played the game yet, probably. But just like the opening, like tutorial kind of stuff, like I was telling you, it's in a snowstorm. And that's probably part of it. But I feel like everything is just slow. You're just like walking around and like random things. Like I was telling you, something happens, you lose your hat, you lose your gun, whatever. And then it's like, go over here and push R1 to pick up your gun. And, ooh, don't forget to grab your hat. Go over there and push square to pick up your hat.
That's so stupid.
I'm like, why do I have to push a different button to pick my hat up than I hit to pick my gun up?
Then I hit to pick my gun up.
Triangle does stuff, but I don't remember. I feel like the controls are just awful. Like, terrible. Triangle does stuff. Maybe Triangle opens doors.
But again,
which
that
you would
button
think
should do everything.
That should do everything. But you hit a different button to pick stuff up. And if you're picking certain things up, that's an even different button. I don't know. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm sure I'll go back at some point, but as of right now, I don't like it.
So I wasted my $25.
Yes.
I still
I mean, you
haven't
wasted
started.
it regardless because you could have gotten it on...
Yes.
This is true. Yeah. I couldn't find anything else to play. So I said, well, let's just go all the way, upgrade it to the top tier, started looking through stuff. First thing I played once I figured out how to do it I streamed, because you have to, Mega Man 10.
Oh.
It was enough for me to just kind of be over PS3 streaming. Like, it's not like
bad?
it was like jump, 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 jump. It wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't jump. It was like there's
But
like
it's
a little
enough.
bit of a.
With Mega Man, you can't
And
have
Mega Man,
that.
it's a pretty basic game, but yeah, you also kind of. But it should be on the low end of this. Should still be like it should still be playable, even with a little bit of lag.
You're not trying to stream Metal Gear Solid 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I was trying to do that or like God of War or something, I'm like, I think the streaming would be too much. And my internet, now I'm not hardwired, but my internet should be more than capable of playing it. So I don't know. I'm not feeling the streaming so far. I played it for like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, I don't think I can do
Can you
it.
downgrade back?
Then, since I've got the top tier, I downloaded the WWE 2K22 demo.
Oh.
I do not like it.
You do not?
I do not like it.
Really? For some reason, I was getting an itch because I've been seeing people like on Instagram. It's
I'm
just
sure
like,
it's
here's
something-
created wrestlers. I'm like, oh, I kind
I'm
of want to
sure
play
it's
this.
something I would get the hang of, but like, it's a demo, so you can only pick between like 4 dudes and 4 girls, I think. And I think I was Roman,
Oh,
and
that's
I went
weird.
against...
I thought it would be the whole game, but you only get
That's
2
what I
hours
thought.
or
No.
whatever.
You can only do basic matches. You can't even touch career mode or cage match, ladder match, any kind of thing. It's like you get a one-on-one match. You can pick one of these people, and you go against one of these people. I was Roman against, I think, Big E. I got destroyed. And to my knowledge, there's no difficulty. I'm sure in the game there is, but like
Yeah.
I couldn't find. It's not. Maybe I was playing on like expert, and either I didn't realize it or that's just the only choice in the demo. I got smoked. I feel like I couldn't do anything. I don't know how the 2K games have been lately, but I know this
They've not
was
been great.
supposedly a step back towards the No Mercies and the more
It's
like,
supposed to be a lot
arcade
better,
style.
a lot better control scheme.
I hate it.
Wow.
I think the controls were terrible. And I don't know how bad they used to be, but... And again, I only played for like 10, 15 minutes, so I probably would get the hang of it, but it's just... I don't know. I couldn't do anything. Like, it was just terrible.
I think the last one I played was either 14 or 15, and I know on PS3 I had like 2K10 or 11, and I remember I bought the accelerator to just unlock everybody so you don't have to play through all the matches and stuff. And I downloaded like the NWO pack or something like that. And I think the last time I played it and liked it was either 13, 14, or 15. And whatever the last... I think it was 14 I liked. 15 I was like, I don't like this at all. But the kids liked it, so I kept it and they played it and whatever. It's sitting in my closet now.
That's true, because I remember playing that a little bit. And I feel like with that...
And we did a Let's Play of 17.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Our
And I feel like
most
when
viewed video ever, which is completely... All the audio's synced out. It's all screwed up because I let YouTube edit the audio. Whatever.
I feel like when we played that, I could at least pick it up enough to where by the end of the match, I could at least move around, put you in a grapple, hit you, climb up to the top rope, jump off, try to pin it, like pretty basic things. And I feel like I couldn't do...
Stuff that should be in a wrestling.
Yeah. So I don't like it.
That sucks. Well, that just makes me even more hopeful for AEW.
So then I finally found something, which I'm back to... I still have the top tier, but I could have done this on the middle tier. I finally found something that I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I ever... Anyways, my next platinum, and a game that I'm just enjoying playing again, The Messenger.
Oh.
I only played it on Switch.
Oh, that's right.
And it blew my mind. Once I started looking into it, I'm like, wait, do I not have this platinum?
I got it. I
You
bought
did,
it twice.
yeah. And so I'm playing through it again. I just got to the point where you go 16.
Do you remember how it controlled on Switch? And can you imagine how much better it controls? So much better on PlayStation.
I'm sure it is.
Just because
of the controller. Yeah. But
I love
it's
the
so
Messenger.
much fun.
That's
I
one of
think-
those games I need to go back and just play. Not now that I've already got the platinum, I don't need to worry about it. Just play through it again on a new save. It's so much fun.
But it seems like a pretty reasonable platinum. There's a few things that are missable, but it's stupid stuff like when you go into the shops, try to open the thing so
100
many
times.
times
Yeah.
to get him to say this, because if you don't, later on you can't do it. And then there's
Right.
another part where you go in there and he's not in there. And then you have to go and try to open it while he's not
then he
there
surprises
to
you.
do another
Yeah.
thing. Like, there's stuff like that that's like, do it early
I feel like
because later
it's-
on you can't.
I feel like it's
The rest
only
of
like
it's-
12 hours.
It seems, yeah, I don't
some
think
of
it's
those
going to be bad.
some of those rooms where you got to get the green spinny things.
Some of them
some
I
of those
remember
are
are tough.
tough.
Yeah. But I'm absolutely, I mean, I've played it before. I beat it. I loved it.
Yep.
Playing it again, going to beat it again. And I love it. It's perfect on PlayStation. Like you said, it probably was a little iffy on the Switch just because of the controller, but it's perfect on PlayStation. I absolutely love this game. And it's a nice change of pace, even though it is Metroidvania. Compared to Blasphemous, it's like going from Bloodborne to like Ninja Turtles or something. Like, it's just
Blasphemous
like
was that tough?
for a Metroidvania, yeah.
Well, especially because you had to get the platinum, you had to beat every boss without healing.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, so I finally found a game. Now, what I have not played yet, and it doesn't look like you have either, is Cuphead.
No.
I downloaded it, I bought it, I've got it.
How is that only
But-
$7 or $8?
I don't know. But
What are these people? They could charge. First off, Cuphead, the actual game, should have been 40, not 20.
Mm-hmm.
And this DLC, from the sounds of it, should have been 15 to 20 bucks.
Yeah.
It just amazes me. And shout out to them, I guess. But I just feel like, man, you are leaving money on the table. People want this. People love this game. They've been waiting for 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
So yeah, I haven't touched that yet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and push through. And I don't know what our plans are. I know we talked about doing a Let's Play. I don't know if you both want to go in blind, or should we both have already played a little bit and then let's come together and try
I think we should go in. I think we can do
Okay,
that.
then I'm good
next
to
week.
wait till...
But I think I am going to fire it up on my Switch and just be like, okay, I got to get used to this world again. Not the new stuff, but play the old stuff. Just so
yeah,
I'm like,
you don't have... That's right. I bought it again on PlayStation.
I don't have it on PlayStation.
Because
We'll
I
have to
wanted
play it
the
on my
platinum.
Switch. Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah. That is it.
That's all.
I've
Just
played a lot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. All I've played is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. Closing in on the platinum. All I got to do now is get all the characters up to level 10. I've got 4 of the 7 at level 10. I've got Raph at level 6. I've been playing with Casey. I'm like, I'll play with you. You just got to pick a character that's not level 10. Because it all counts. As long as you're
Right,
playing with
yeah.
me, it counts. I've got Leo at 1, and I don't think I've done Donnie. Mikey's at a 10. I've got Mikey, Splinter, Casey, and April at a 10. So I just need the other 3 turtles. And I want my last 10 to be Leonardo. I want that to be the screenshot because that's my dude.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's so much fun to replay it, even though I'm just grinding now to get everybody to level 10.
You could probably just be like, Casey, just keep playing and only use these people and just
Yeah.
let him finish up.
But I'm just so scared that he's going to hit new game instead of continue. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like,
yeah, that's true.
oh, that would break me if I got to go back and do everybody again. But it might be my favorite beat 'em up ever. I think I like it better than Streets of Rage 4. So then
See, that's
it's
what I don't
just-
know about. I think I like Streets of Rage 2, maybe 3, better than it. And I don't remember... I remember loving Streets of Rage 4, but I don't think I've played solo more than like a level or 2.
Yeah.
And that's how I usually feel about beat 'em ups. And to this game's credit, I've played a lot of it solo, which I
Yeah.
usually don't on beat 'em up. So it's at least got that going for it.
See,
but
I just wonder.
I don't know where it is.
I think I put it slightly above 4, and then the question is it better than Streets of Rage 2 and Turtles in Time?
Yeah.
I think it might.
I think it's
be.
better. I think it's the best Turtles beat 'em up. I'll say that. I think the only things that might be better than it are various Streets of Rages.
Street of Rages. But yeah, I love it. So I'll get the platinum here soon. That'll be number 80 for me because I got number 79. John Bernardo was disappointed. My name is Mayo 3.
The epic conclusion.
And I'm going to spoil this game. Sean didn't spoil it because I hadn't played it yet. And none of y'all are probably going to play this game because you're smart. But for the first, what would you say, 80%, 75%? It is just tap, 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 tap. And then you
I
go
would
to the
say
next
75%
story.
tops.
Yeah. And then you go to the next story beat and you go tap, 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 tap until you get all the trophies. Then you go to the next one. And by the time you get all through that and you've tapped and tapped and tapped and hopefully your DualSense still works, then it goes to like some splash screen and it's like, now the grand adventure begins or something. And then the rest of the game, you're no longer tapping a Mayo jar. You're a Mayo jar out in the wild in a top-down isometric view. And you're hopping through a forest. And all you do is hop along this path until you go 10 kilometers getting trophies on the way and stupid story things are popping up. And I remembered because Sean was like, something changes. I don't want to spoil it. I was thinking in my head, oh my God, maybe they actually turned it into like a platformer where you're a Mayo jar. No, you just walk along a path. You bounce along a path until you get to 10 kilometers, I think it is. And then you get the platinum. And I did it, and I got it, and I deleted it immediately. But I had to see how the trilogy ended. Platinum number 79. I am not ashamed.
So I'm trying to find it. I can't remember who it was, but I was tweeting with somebody about this game. After I finished it, they dropped a bomb on me because I was talking about how brutal that ending part was. And they said something along the lines of, you figured out that you could run, right?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
And I didn't want to tell you because I had to suffer through it, so you had to too.
There's a run button?
Apparently, but I feel like I tried everything, like every button, and I never could run. I don't know, I can't find it now. But somebody that I was talking to about it, I don't know, and maybe he was just messing with me.
I think he might have been messing with you.
I don't think so, because I don't know. But anyways.
You can speed up by holding L2. There it is on Power Picks.
Well, there you go.
Son,
I don't know how much of a difference it makes.
Now I want to download it again just to see.
It's not like it took 2 hours to walk through the forest, but it probably took, I bet it took an hour of just walking.
It did. I texted
So I
Sean.
wondered,
I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me.
Would that like double it? I mean, even so, it's only a half hour, but yeah, it was brutal.
It was brutal, but if they put out a fourth, I'll get it. I just hate that it's only on PS4, that they didn't do a PS5 version. They're not going to do a Vita version, obviously. But for 2, all they did, because My Name is Mayo 1 was on PS4 and Vita. 2 was only on PS4 when Vita was still alive and quote-unquote thriving, at least for the Vita. And then, of course, 3 is just PS4, no PS5 version. I won't be surprised if they send out, like Peppa Pig did a PS5 upgrade. If they do a My Name is Mayo PS5 upgrade, I'll do it again. I'm not ashamed. So that's really all I've played. Again, I'm trying to just get back into being happy after my cruise got canceled because of COVID in my family. But we are here and we are podcasting. So, Sean, you want to get the news of the past 2 weeks?
Let's do it.
So, after we got through not E3, usually it gets to be pretty slow. And it has been pretty slow. But there's a few things I want to talk about. The first one is that apparently Metroid Prime Remastered is finally coming out this holiday. This comes from VGC. Metroid Prime's long-expected Nintendo Switch remaster will finally release at the end of this year, it's been claimed. That's according to journalist, I almost said publicist, and there's nothing there. That's according to journalist Jeff Grubb, who stated on a Giant Bomb show on Monday, so this was like last Monday, that he'd been told pretty definitively that the title would arrive in time for the 20th anniversary this November. Quote, I can say that I've been told pretty definitively that Metroid Prime Remastered is going to be one of their big holiday games. In the past, I'd heard something was in the works and they had things happening with that game. Now I've been told that their plans are to release the game this holiday. I think almost certainly to line up with the 20th anniversary in November, end quote. According to Jeff Grubb, Nintendo will likely re-release all 3 Prime titles for its modern platform, but Prime 1 is the only one of these 3 getting the, quote, big remaster treatment. Metroid Prime remasters have been reportedly coming for years, with one recognized insider claiming last November that Prime 1's remaster was already complete and ready to go. The Metroid series is currently enjoying a small resurgence following the successful release of Metroid Dread last year. That was like a backhanded compliment, VGC. I like you guys, but don't say, small resurgence. Dread was freaking awesome. In Japan, the game outsold the life-to-date sales of nearly every other Metroid game in the series in just its first week, and it enjoyed the best launch ever for a Metroid game in the United Kingdom.
I just want to say how crazy it is that it's been just about 20 years since Prime. But from Metroid to Prime, it was only like, I would guess about 15 years or so.
Yes, 86 to it was 2001, I think. Well, obviously it was 2002.
Yeah.
So yeah, 16, 15 years.
So it took 15 years to get from Metroid 1 to Prime. And now it's been another 20 years, and we're just now getting that game again. Like, it just, time is a flat circle.
It definitely is. So Prime coming out this November. If that's true, we've got Last of Us Remake in September. October's Modern Warfare 2. Doesn't really matter to you. Forspoken is October. Might matter to you. Might matter to me. I'm going to wait on the scores.
Which mattered to me.
What?
I said, which mattered to me.
Why?
The score.
Yeah.
I need it.
your thing. I was like, is this a song lyric that I'm not getting? Then if we get Prime in November, first off, I will be watching some YouTube videos from Mr. James Solar at James. What
After you play.
Huh?
After you play.
I'm just trying to do a cheap plug for walkthrough.
I'm just.
I know. I'm not. I don't want to be spoiled, but you screwed it all up.
You don't need a walkthrough. You're not trying to platinum it. Just beat it. It's Metroid. You're supposed to just.
I know. I'm just trying to do a cheap
But yes.
plug. James, what's the actual name of your channel so I can give you a plug here? James is he played through Metroid Prime 1. He's playing through 2 now. The thing that I think is interesting is only 1 is going to get the remastered treatment. That was only. This is what I'm confused about. Prime 1 came out on GameCube. 2 and 3 were Wii, or 2 was Wii.
Also GameCube. 3 was Wii. 1 and 2 were GameCube.
So why wouldn't 2 get the full remastered treatment?
Because Nintendo.
Okay.
And I didn't know that. I thought we were getting. But see, that says 2 and 3 almost done. What are they doing with it if not remastering it? Just literally
porting it.
Well, that's stupid.
Well, yes, it's Nintendo.
I don't believe that.
James Games and More.
I do not believe.
Shout out.
That they're literally. Have you seen GameCube games?
I've seen it on James Games and More. Yeah.
They look pretty crappy. Like, I can't imagine.
That's what I'm confused. That's why I'm confused.
I don't think they would do that.
And then someone also said separately that 2 and 3, or maybe this was in the article, I can't remember. It's been 5 minutes now. 2 and 3 are almost done, but they're holding them for some other time. So what I'm thinking they're doing is,
we'll get Prime 22, Prime 2 23, Prime 3 24, and then Metroid Prime 4
in 25.
In 25.
8 years after it
the
was
Switch
announced.
2.
Oh, it'll definitely. But I do wonder if this could be like, maybe they do Prime, because everybody wants Prime. We would like to have all 3, but I think everybody wants 1 the most.
I feel like I liked 1 the most. And I feel like I liked both 2 and 3. But I think 3 I didn't like as much. And I think it was
like
because they
of
went to the
people
Wii
think that.
and all of a sudden it was
Yeah.
pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Like, 2 was just more of 1. And then 3 went all Wii. Wii. All the way home. I would play them all. Now, assuming they're all remastered, these are going to be 3 $60 games.
$180 for 15, 20-year-old games.
I'm not crazy about that.
Now, what I wonder, maybe he's wrong.
2 and 3 get
Chat
released
wasn't
together.
working. I was wondering. I didn't, because nobody's been saying anything. I think the chat was wonky. I still don't know for sure that this doesn't just end up a 3-pack like All-Stars. Mario All-Star, 3D All-Stars. That's my hope. But Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, James thinks 1 is the best. That's what I think is the... I think people's ranking go 1, 2, 3.
I think that's probably right, yeah. And then 4.
Well, that's never going to happen. Like, no, but I wonder. So I think two things can happen. Either they do release all three in one pack in November, or they just do one in November, and then maybe, depending on when Breath of the Wild comes out, a month or two away from that, they release 2, and then they release 3, and then maybe next. I'm getting way too hopeful, but maybe next holiday 23, we get Prime 4.
There's no chance.
They announced the thing 5 years ago. I know
And
they
then
had
they
to ditch development and
scrapped it.
start over. I know, but like, oh, it's so frustrating. I want to play this game so bad. I do. But again, this is why we stopped even predicting it for E3 like a couple years, because every year we're like Prime on the Switch.
I wonder if I'm going to play Prime. I don't think it'll have like the Skyward Sword kind of effect. But part of me wonders if I play Prime, is it going to live up to what I remember? Because it's possible. Prime comes out this year. I buy it. It's okay. And then when Prime 2 and 3 come out, I'm just like, I don't need to do this. Like, I got my fill with Prime. I'll pass
be hyped
on
for
2 and
4
3.
no matter what.
Yeah, I want 4 regardless, but part of me almost hopes when I play Prime, I like it, but not enough to justify paying another $120 for the next 2 games.
Right.
But we'll see.
James does confirm he has a 100% walkthrough of Metroid Prime 1 on his channel, James Games and More, on YouTube. Look him up. He's the homie. I'm excited. Hope it comes out. We've been knowing it was going to happen at some point for a long time. Next up, man, people can be jackasses online. And this all goes around God of War Ragnarok's release, which I really do need to come out this year for my scores.
You do.
It's going to come down to if it comes out and you miss one more game, I win. If it doesn't come out, you win, is what I think is going to happen. Because you got Elden Ring sitting there tonight. We're talking about our fantasy draft. You got Elden Ring sitting there at 96. The highest one I have is Turtles at 88, which is amazing. I got that in like the 11th round or something.
That's 88?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It ranges from 85 to 88, but we take the highest.
Yeah,
score,
yeah.
So. But yeah, there has been a lot of release confusion when it comes to God of War, and this comes from Push Square. Bloomberg journalist Jason Schreier has reassured God of War fans that the sequel to Santa Monica Studios' 2018 hit is still on track to release this November. In a post on Reset Era, why would he post this and not just write it on Twitter? That's what I don't understand. Come on, Jason, you weirdo. He says the game is still set to launch in November as of this week, which is last week, and the team behind it is pretty excited. After talking to sources, Schreier explains, quote, I can definitively say that there was a release date / pre-order announcement planned for yesterday. This would have been last Thursday, the 30th. It was bumped at some point last week. I don't know why, end quote. Apparently, speculation points to the delay being due to the recent Roe v. Wade decision in the U.S. Sony has delayed its announcements and events in the past because of real-life events, with its first PS5 showcase in 2020 being pushed back due to the Black Lives Matter protests at this time. It wasn't just a protest, it was because George Floyd was freaking murdered. The writer then goes on to say that because Sony has been trying to keep its secrets very close to its chest, many Santa Monica studio employees weren't even told about the company's initial plans to confirm a release date. Although those working on the title are said to be in high spirits about the sequel. Quote, people working on it say it's huge and seem to be pretty excited about it. Reminds me of the buzz I was hearing before the 2018 one, end quote, Schreier said. As one of the most reliable journalists in the industry, Schreier's post will be welcome news to God of War Ragnarok enthusiasts, as it doesn't sound like the game will be delayed into 2023 at the time of writing. This post comes after Tom Henderson first suggested yesterday was the day for the game's launch date unveiling, as well as collector's edition reveals. It then came out that God of War quote-unquote fans were sending unsolicited nudes to studio. What is wrong with our world? To try and get the release date out of them. Quote, I cannot believe I even have to say this, but don't effing send D pics to anyone on this team or anyone in this industry for that matter. They are busting their ass to make something for you to enjoy. Show some effing respect, Cory Barlog said in response. Cory Barlog was getting harassed. Cory Barlog, it's like Kojima.
You say Barlog?
What did I say?
Barlog.
Yeah. Not Balrog. A
No,
Balrog.
I know. No, I know. But I say Balrog.
Balrog.
I say Barlog, not log.
Well, I'm from the Haba. I could see your smile starting. You knew I was going to do it. All the devs being harassed. Like Alana was being harassed. She works at Sani Sani Monica as a writer. Corey was very active on Twitter asking people to be patient. Sony Santa Monica even put out a statement calling for respect. Corey was replying to some people like, just chill, we got it, it's coming. And then after he went on his tweet saying, give respect and everything. He then tweeted, "Oh, and Ragnarok is coming, mother effers." It's coming out this year?
I think so. I wholeheartedly believe that team wholeheartedly believes it's coming out this year. I don't think they're just blowing smoke. But again, I'll believe it when I see it. But I certainly believe they think it's coming this year.
Remember, in June 2020, after they delayed it with the protests and everything going on then, when they did their future game showcase or whatever they called it, I think it was, future gaming. And they ended it and then said Ragnarok is coming. Or did it say Ragnarok is coming? I think it said Ragnarok is it said Ragnarok is coming. We just didn't know the title of the game was God of War Ragnarok. But it said Ragnarok is coming 2021. So 2 years ago, they were confident that the game was going to come out last year.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody else actually thought that.
We didn't, no. But I'm saying they had to at least, someone in Sony had to think by December 31st, 2021, we can get this game out.
Right.
And now we're talking about, and I'm just saying it, you've got to do 11/11/22. You got to take that date that Starfield had.
Yeah.
I know every God of War game has come out in the spring. Taking Starfield's date is just perfect. It's coming out this year.
I think it is. I do think it is.
Are you more excited for Metroid Prime Remastered or God of War 2?
God of War.
Okay. Good. Because you're not as high. You got to, whenever it gets announced, screw all this PS Plus stuff. You got to go play. Because it's got a PS5 patch, too.
Yeah.
It's 4K 60. I'm going to play through it for the third time whenever the date gets announced.
I probably will.
It
depends on what else.
You got to get the platinum. You can do it. There's nothing else. That's what I'm saying. If they do a showcase here in the next few weeks and announce it, well, there's nothing else coming out this summer that we want to play. I don't think.
Ninja Turtles.
We already have it. Oh well, yeah. Whoever knows when that's going to come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, be nice to devs. Don't send D pics. Like, what are we even talking about? What is wrong with people? And last on the list, Nintendo had a mini direct focused on third-party partners, and this is what was announced: Persona 5 Royal, Persona. Why can't I'm not drinking and I can't talk.
Maybe you need to drink.
I guess. Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable are coming to Switch on October 21st. I think this was I don't know if this was already confirmed because they showed up on the Xbox stream. And then they said it's coming to PlayStation. But I thought they had already said it was coming to Switch. So I don't know if this was really an announcement or just like, here's the games running on Switch.
Right.
And they're not the most impressed, like, that can easily run on Switch. Those games are made for Switch. John's more excited for Metroid Prime Remaster. John, I forget, have you played God of War 2018? Let me know. You'll probably answer in 5 minutes because the chat's slow. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection was announced, coming in 2023, and will be sold in 2 parts if you purchase it digitally. Did you ever play these games?
I don't fully understand how they work.
I think
but a lot of people are excited.
Tactics Mega Man, I think.
Yeah.
But Colin was saying like 1, 2, and 3 he liked, but then like 4, 5, and 6 were almost like copy and paste or something of the first 2 games. I don't know. But I don't know. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Yes.
Got that on my...
I got it on mine. Don't I?
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. We just talked about this.
I thought I had it.
No, I have it.
I have a pony.
I had the rabbit.
Well, it's coming out October 20th. Yes, I played it. I think it's overrated. Oh, John.
Here
we go. I'm going to go look up our fantasy draft now. While
I'm
you
not entirely
bash it.
sure I'm far off from John.
It's my third favorite game of all time.
I would say that is overrated. I mean, it wasn't even, Spider-Man was my game of the year that year.
You took Mario plus Rabbids 4th overall.
Dang.
But I think it'll be mid 80s.
I think it'll be fine.
So what am I? Splatoon is what I have. Okay.
Yeah. I think God of War is very good. I think the story was awesome. Maybe I will change my mind if and when I go back and play it again. I feel like the gameplay was just kind of I feel like it was fine.
I love the gameplay. The only things I didn't like, the map sucked.
That was huge, yeah.
The fast travel was not great. I hate that they teased showing the other realms, but you can't go to them. They're locked for some reason. But the story, it's one of my favorite stories ever told in the game.
Yeah.
I love the combat. I love how they changed it. I love how the combat changes about halfway through. That's all I'll say.
Now, if that same story...
If that
didn't happen, how far does it... Because I think that's... you can do whatever you want. I think that's a lot of what has it so high with you. If that part didn't happen, same story, same ending, same gameplay other than...
But you couldn't because it was part of the story.
Well...
because he had to get that so he could go to a certain place, and it was just when he says "I'm your monster no more." Oh my god, that 10 minutes or whatever it is probably my favorite 10 minutes in any video game ever.
Yeah.
Playing it the first time, it was like I literally had goosebumps everywhere. I was like, I think I know what's happening, and I cannot believe this is happening. As someone who's played every God of War game before this, beaten them all, platinum 2 of them, now 3 with this one, like. It was everything I could have hoped for. And yes, that definitely puts it through the roof for me. So Sparks of Hope is coming. Portal. Oh, also, they're doing a free demo. What did they say? Yeah, free demo from July 7th to the 14th or something. I actually think I might download that and try it just to see what the hell it is.
Yeah.
But I think it's not my kind of game, but I'll check it out. Portal, the Companion Collection, is out now on Switch, and I haven't bought it yet. I've got Ninja Turtles right now. I still think this is going to end up coming to PS4, and I'm like, I think I can wait to play it on a better machine.
That's kind of where I'm at.
But I've never played Portal or Portal 2, so at some point, I'm going to get this game.
I think that would make for some very fun Let's Plays.
Yes, that is correct.
That is correct.
Nier Automata, the End of Yorha edition, is coming to Switch on October 6th. It includes all the previously released DLC. I thought Nier Automata was already on there, but it's not. Return to Monkey Island is coming first to consoles on Switch. People have been harassing this guy, the creator, Ron Gilbert, I think is his name. And he's like, screw you guys. I'm not sharing anything else now.
Good.
To hell with you.
Good.
Until it's out, you can have it. Good for him.
I kind of hope Santa Monica does the same thing. Just pushes God of War to
Shut
January.
This next one. Are you excited for Monkey Island? The
Not as
nostalgia
much
in me
as
is
some
like,
people, but it's another one I'll wait and play on PlayStation, I think.
I just wonder how well it even plays on console. I might want to just play it on this thing. The computer.
Yeah. I don't know what you're pointing at. Yeah, I don't know.
This one I'm excited for. Super Bomberman R2. Portal is so fun. Purchasable already on Xbox. It was a gold game a while back. Damn it. Super Bomberman R2 is coming to the Switch in 2023. There's a new castle mode. Lets up to teams of 15 players blast their way to a treasure chest while one player acts as defense to try and stop them.
That sounds fun.
You can create and share custom stages.
It's Bomberman Maker.
Yeah, I don't regret getting this with my Switch because I was like, I don't want to just have Zelda to play, and it made for some fun Let's Plays we did with it, or a fun Let's Play we did with it. I'm excited for this, and I don't really care if it's only on Switch because that's something that you don't need. I don't think I'm ever going to get a platinum in Super Bomberman,
Right.
But this does explain maybe why. Remember, they're canceling Super Bomberman R Online. They're shutting it down.
I
in
forgot
December.
all about that. Yeah.
So I think that makes sense with this now. Live Alive is getting a demo on July 22nd. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak got its roadmap revealed. There's a free title update called Seething Basil Geese. in August, and more updates are coming in the fall, winter, and next year. Sonic Frontiers got a gameplay trailer. It looks like Sonic Frontier. Did you read it?
Yes. I don't know how to say it, but I don't think that's right.
No, it's probably Basil Gaze. Where did it go? Bazelgeuse. Basil Geese. Sonic Frontiers. I was so excited for that game when it first got announced, and now I'm definitely not. Minecraft Legends got a new trailer. It is coming to Switch next year. Blanc. You play as a fawn and a wolf club who must work together. Local or online co-op coming in February 2023.
So, some of my friends that were at this wedding that I knew back in Connecticut. A little bit of a segue here. Stay with me. My email address back at that company was first name, first letter, your first name, last name, at whatever. But because it was a big company and I was not the only S White.
Tell me you were S White 69.
I was S White 5.
Okay.
And somewhere along the lines, because that's a different tangent. But anyways, people, I don't remember who started it, but they started calling me because I was S White 5.
S Whites.
Somebody came up with Blanco Cinco. This was around the time of Ocho Cinco. And so my nickname was like Blanco Cinco, and on my dodgeball jersey I was Blanco Cinco and all this stuff.
My jersey for softball at A Sentinel, where I worked before I work now, we had a softball team, and apparently I was full of drama. They gave me the nickname Diva and put it on the back of my jersey.
But anyways, Blanco Cinco over the years just got shortened to like Blanc. So now when I see Blanc, that's what.
Well, then you got to get this when plays a fawn with a wolf cub. Disney Dreamlight Valley is coming to early access in September. Dragon Quest Treasures is a spin-off that will be released on December 9th. Little Noah, Scion of Paradise, where my son drives around in a Scion car. It's coming. I don't know. The Legend of Right RPG time.
You're just like, I don't know.
I don't. There was so much announced.
Oh, Noah is a female?
That's dumb. That's not a female name. Well, never mind. I'm going to get canceled now. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is a surreal puzzle.
Wait, you skipped one.
No, I said it. RPG time. The Legend of Right. It's a hand-drawn RPG. Legend of Laser. Lorelei and Laser Eyes mystery novels puzzle adventure game. Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom. This is just ridiculous. I don't need to read all this. Pac-Man World Repack. A remake of Pac-Man World is coming to Switch August 26th. The 3D Pac-Man game features the iconic character who must rescue his family after they've taken to Ghost Island. Is this the one where Ms. Pac-Man is no longer Miss Pac-Man? She's like Mama Pac-Man, or they did something weird and people are mad, of course. Railgrade is a rail management game in which players build railways. And then Captain Velvet Meteor, the Jump Plus Dimensions. You play as a young boy who recently moved to Japan who has no friends. Damien chooses to live in his imagination as the superhero Captain Velvet Meteor, who teams up with his favorite manga characters, Blanca, to help escape a mysterious world. Captain Velvet will be released on July 28th.
A lot of this reminds me of
They did all this
Balderdash.
in like 30 minutes.
This reminds me of like Balderdash.
This is like AI.
Where they just give you
Yeah.
Captain Velvet Meteor, the Jump Plus Dimensions. Tell us what that game is about. And you just make something
Has
up.
anybody played Balderdash, the board game? It is freaking amazing.
Yeah, this was pretty rough.
Oh, Noah. Let me just segue here.
That didn't come through, but that was pretty funny.
We need to
Is
talk.
Nick out there? Or
Later.
is he just
No,
by
he
himself?
does this when I hear it when I'm up here just working and he's out there playing basketball. He yells at himself for missing shots. I'm like, it's basketball.
That's
it's tough.
just something. Yeah. Oh, gosh.
So anything from the direct there. I think for me, it's
Bomberman sounds cool.
Bomberman. The Mega Man thing is cool because I know people are happy. I'm glad Portal's out now, although apparently I could have played it this whole time on my Xbox. Yeah, it didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
When I want to see a Nintendo Direct, I'm waiting for the big. I have my Switch for Nintendo games. What are you thinking about, basil geese?
No. I can't imagine where he gets it from.
I don't do it in front of him all the time. Basil geese. I don't know. We all have, most of us, I would say, have a Switch for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
I need the big Nintendo Direct, just like I need the big Sony showcase.
Yeah.
Especially because we got a lot of predictions that are still out there that could be right or wrong. Now it's time for the wrap up. Sean, Final Fantasy 16, we got some updates for it. You do have party members in this, but you cannot control them.
Ever?
Nope. They just attack. They're just AI. I'm fine with that because I'm not the RPG guy. And I don't. Really
I think I'm okay with it. But Final Fantasy VII, I hardly ever controlled anybody but Cloud. The remake.
Yeah.
That's one thing I miss about old school turn-based games is you have to control everybody. You say, you do this,
Now it's
do
your
this,
turn.
you
Yeah.
do this. And now it's just like, now the exception is 12 because you've got the Gambit system. Maybe they'll do something like that where you can't control them, but you kind of like pre-program them and say, if this, I want you to do this. You know, if somebody's health falls below 20%, use a potion. If the enemy is weak to fire, use fire.
I think
you
that's
know.
cool.
Something like that could be cool, but it's weird if they're just fully automated.
You should try, because Colin on his Colin show had
Colin with Colin.
because he's been singing the praises of Wild Arms forever. Wild Arms, now that you've got the top tier, you can get it, the PS1 game. Saying the sphere stuff and everything made me think of that. It's got some kind of management stuff in that I think you should try it out. I mean, you might love it and spend 30 hours in it. Who knows? But you should try it. All the voice actors will have British accents only. I kind of like that.
That's how it should be.
I don't want them talking like bros. Poor Final Fantasy 15. It's not open world, but it does take influence from major games in the genre. Are you going to download it?
I'm just gonna go check it out.
Yeah. The first pic of PSVR 2 in real life was shared and then deleted by an indie developer who probably realized, oh shit, we just broke NDA. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
The original Wild Arms, not 3.
Yeah. I thought I had just. Why can't I just search?
They've got
and
PS
find
Plus
the
collection
games.
has a lot. Or
Now
whatever
I need
it's
to
called.
go into the store and go to my collect. Like I should just be able to search.
Right.
Yes, it's right here. It's included in your collection. You want to download it? Like.
But it looks like the PSVR 2. It looks like all the mock-ups we've seen. It looks awesome, and I need it now. Hidetaka Miyazaki has said that the next FromSoft game is, quote, in the final stages of development, and it's been in development since 2016.
That sounds promising.
But don't get your hopes up for Bloodborne 2 or something.
No, I don't.
Because
I don't care what it is.
He wasn't directing. A lot of people are thinking they're bringing Armored Core back because they did that forever ago.
Oh, really?
So it's going to be a lot of people think it's going to be something outside of the Soulsborne genre.
I had no idea that that's what this game was.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
It sounds like you would like it, based on what Colin was saying.
This
and he
looks
said
amazing.
The music is just freaking amazing too.
When I hear Wild Arms, I was thinking of
You're thinking of Sunset Riders.
something like that. Yeah. Add to library.
There you go. Rockstar, I thought about making this a full story, but there's really not enough to say about it. But today we just found out that Rockstar apparently canceled remasters of Red Dead Redemption. Damn it! That was one of my predictions. Are you kidding me? I thought it was an out there prediction, and it was in the works, as well as GTA 4, per an insider that knows a lot about Rockstar. Apparently, the poor reception of the Definitive Trilogy was the last nail in the coffin for those. But they have said they are now focused only on GTA 6, but the remasters could happen after that.
Good.
So GTA 4 remaster in 2028. Like, who could? I would like to see that game get a remake or a remaster, but I don't need it. But I'm glad they're just focused on GTA 6. You don't even got to have the smallest team ever. GTA Online just prints money. Do an update like once a quarter. Here's some new rate or whatever. Like, get GTA 6 done and do it right.
Yeah.
Sucker Punch has said that they have no plans to revisit Infamous or Sly Cooper, and no studio is working on games in the franchises either. So they're dead. Did you play Sly Cooper? I can never remember, because all those mascot games, I can't remember which is which.
I never played it, no.
I never played Infamous, but I heard a lot of good things about it, so I know people are bummed about that. But I mean, of course, Sucker Punch is going to do Ghost 2. Like Ghost 1 was such a huge success. PlayStation has announced they're not attending Gamescom. Previously, Nintendo, Activision Blizzard, and Take-Two also said they won't be there. Gamescom, I don't even know. I don't know. I'll try to watch the opening night live with Jeff Keighley because that's like their showcase thing, but my hopes are not very high. August?
Oh, okay.
I think. Halo Infinite is finally getting their campaign co-op beta on July 11th. Atari 50, the anniversary celebration, was announced last week. It's coming out this holiday on every console that there is. It's $40. You get over 90 games from Atari and 6 new games that pay homage to or revisit classics. I like the sound to that. I like the sound of that. I would like to see what these new games are, and then we will see if I buy it. A Plague Tale Requiem is out October 18th. Skull and Bones has been rated by the ESRB. It was already rated in Korea, now it's rated here. Looks like it's leaked that it's coming out November 8th. And then today it was announced that Ubisoft is doing a gameplay reveal on July 7th. So this game is finally happening. A few years too late, I would guess, because Microsoft has pretty much got that on lock with Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
I was going
to say Sea of Stars, but that was not correct.
Well, we'll get to that here in a second. Ubisoft Forward announced for September 10th it will be a multi-game showcase. So that's their big, non-E3 event coming September 10th. And we did say, I don't think either of us have Ubisoft predictions, so it doesn't matter. But we said our predictions go until the end of September.
Yeah.
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is rumored to be launching November 18th. Another reason a lot of people are thinking God of War is November 11th, because Sony seems to have all the marketing for this game, and it looks like it's coming out November 18th. So put God of War out ahead of it. I don't know. I know I said God of War out on the 11th. Sea of Stars has been delayed to 2023. If you don't know what this is, it's the RPG from team at Sabotage, same people that made The Messenger. And it's set in the same universe. Sean's excited
I don't
for
understand that.
I don't either. But Sean also had it on his fantasy list, and he's now had 3 games officially moved out of 2022.
Yep.
So
not good.
I think the only one you've got Hogwarts, and Bayonetta that are both very...
They're both supposed to be this year.
I know.
And Mario and Rabbids, which I think is fine.
It's fine.
And I think there's one more.
When Nintendo puts an actual date on something,
yeah, that's true.
They release it. It's just when they say like coming 2022, like
right.
What happened with Breath of the Wild 2. Tony Hawk says that Activision Blizzard canceled a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake when Vicarious Visions was folded into just being a support studio at Blizzard. I don't play those games, but that sucks because people like the remake. Nick downloaded them on Game Pass on my Xbox. I don't know the last time I played that thing. They've taken it over with 2K, and now they bought the beta for Overwatch 2. I'm watching it. I'm like,
they bought the beta?
You have to buy the beta, but then it gives you the full game event. It's almost like a pre-order, so you can do the beta. I'm like, that just looks like Overwatch. This is the dumbest idea ever.
Yeah.
Of course, my kids bought it, so maybe it's not dumb. Blizzard acquired a studio called Proletariat, the creator of Spellbreak. So now they've got 100 devs that are going to work on World of Warcraft. Hooray. Fall Guys, in their first 48 hours of going free to play, had 20 million players. And it also went multi-platform, so it's on Xbox and Switch now. That's insane. 20 million for that game.
I think that's a cool game.
Nick downloaded that on the Xbox.
Idea. And I had fun with it for like a few hours, but it just gets...
Did we do a Let's Play?
We must have. I just feel like it got old really quick. The controls weren't great. If the controls were better and there was more variety in like the games, I guess, the whatever, like I think it could be really cool. I don't know. I don't understand the hype with this game. Like it was fun for a little bit, but it got old very quick.
Well, and I think they did they do a creator in this update too?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they did. Yeah. Oh, Let's Play Fall Guys. I finally found us.
Okay.
SEO didn't help us with that one because we're called 2-player co-op. Everybody's like, how to do split screen, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, we did one for 37 minutes.
Holy crap.
Weird.
I kind of want to watch it.
Okay. Lollipop Chainsaw, it was announced today, is getting a remake next year. That is random, but also I wonder what they're going to do with that because that game was not exactly PC, to say the least.
Was it console? 167 views. Actually, that's not great.
That's pretty good for us. Hold on.
We're waiting.
I know. Apparently, the heat is messing with Noah.
The heat.
Yeah.
Oh, like
This
outside.
is what he said. Former Sega America president and founder of Sony Computer Entertainment of America, Bernie Stolar, died at 75 years old.
Jeez.
It's crazy because that's not... I think I've heard that name, but I don't really... It's not a name I associate with Sony
Yeah.
or Sega. You know, I think of Tom Kalinske. You know, I think of Jack Trenton. So, but R.I.P. to him. Perfect timing, Sean. Jesus. Genesis games were added to the Switch Online expansion pack. I'm getting closer to upgrading to the expansion pack, just because.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Comic Zone, Mega Man The Wily Wars, although I have these on my Genesis Mini, so what am I talking about? Target Earth, and Zero Wing, which is the All Your Base Are Belong to Us game.
Really?
In my memory, that's a Nintendo game, but no, it's Genesis Arrow Wing. Zero Wing, I mean, sorry. This sucks. The Intellivision Amico trademark has been abandoned. The system is probably never coming out, so that means Earthworm Jim 4 is probably never coming out.
I can't imagine this game was going to come out and only be on this. This thing was never going to come out.
I know.
Like,
so I gotta hope that Earthworm Jim 4 lives on and comes to PlayStation and Xbox and Switch. We'll see. Games with Gold for July were announced. Beasts of Maravilla Island. Funny note, we stayed the first time we went to Destin in the condo complex there that was called Maravilla. Maravilla, however you say that word.
really?
Yep. There was no video game there. Relicta, Thrillville Off the Rails, and Torchlight. Torchlight's the only game I've heard of there. Also, they announced today that starting in October, there will be no more 360 games included with Games with Gold. So I wonder if that means they're going to go down to 2 games, or if they're just going to... And maybe they'll be better. But I can't see them going to 2 when PlayStation does 3. But again, they've got Game Pass. Like, I don't even know why Games with Gold is still a thing.
Right.
PS Plus easily wins this month with Crash Bandicoot 4, Man of Medan, and Arcadegeddon, which I've heard good things about. I want to try Crash 4.
I want to try it. I think I've only played the first one, and not for very long.
I've only played the first one in Uncharted 4.
Yeah. But I don't know. The whole, like... It's one thing when you're running away from the screen, but the levels where you're running at the screen... I don't know. It's just weird. It doesn't... I don't know. But yeah, 4 looks like it could be fun. I'm sure I'll at least try it.
But would you agree PlayStation wins this
Yeah.
easily? And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for episode 287. Thank y'all so much for being here. Sorry we missed a week. I'm sorry I'm not on a boat right now. But I think we had some fun. I think this was a good episode. So until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.